Hello, do you know man is controlled by laws? Everything that we do is controlled by law. From the time that we were born under a star that is under a law. As we go through our school time, nursery, secondary, university, whatever we do is controlled by law. Our body is controlled by law. The systems of our body is controlled by a certain law. There is a law that if you eat properly, if you eat this amount of food, eat that amount of food, it will add to this and it will produce that in your body. That is a law. Everything we do is controlled by law. Countries are controlled by law. Homes are controlled by law. Families are controlled by law. So some laws that control our destinies. Our system, the cells of our bodies are controlled by law. And so as long as we are here in this physical form, we will always be controlled by law. But my question is, are the laws made to actually control you? Sometimes somebody will say, in my family, we have this kind of issue in my family, so I can't do nothing about it. Whatever I do, it happened to my father, it happened to my uncle, and so that's the reason why I've got it. And so whatever I do, it will happen to me. And so there's a law the law that was enacted in some point in time of your family, and that law is moving through the family on and on as you go generation after generation. But my question here is, and so whatever you do, and so that law affects you, And so my question is, are these laws, can we overcome these laws of creation? Or are the laws there just to manifest you as a human being, and the laws are not meant to control you, but you are meant to control the laws? God bless you again, and welcome to True Vine TV. Welcome to our video. If today is your first time that you're watching me, if you can kindly subscribe and share to your friends and family so that they can also enjoy, or they can also learn from this video that you are listening to. Today we're going to speak on the topic. The topic is, the law was made for man, but not man for the law. The law was made for man, but not man for the law. Everything that we do, everything that you see around us, countries, cities and towns, everything, the world moves the way it moves because there are laws. We have government laws. We go to a home, for a home to function properly. There are supposed to be laws that the family is supposed to follow for the home to move perfectly. A home without a law is a lawless home. Everybody does anything, and things are not done properly. And so the laws of the land, the Bible says, obey the laws of the land. The laws of the land are there for a perfect society, for things to move the way it's supposed to move. As long as we are here on this earth, we are supposed to, there are laws, the laws that manage and control us. But why the law? There are laws everywhere. There are laws in the universe. The planets are setting their places by law. There's a law that has been written that is holding the planets in their places where they're supposed to be. There is a law that controls the moon. And so when the moon comes up, there is a law that controls the tides of the sea because of the moon and stuff like that. there are laws that controls everything around us. There is a law that if you fall on water, you fall in the water, you're gonna drown. You're gonna go in. You don't float. Because you are heavier than the water, and so you're gonna sink. And so that is the law. There is a law for everything. There is a law of our lives. If you drink if a snake bites you now and that snake is poisonous, there is a law that goes against the laws. There is a law that as long as the poison goes into your system will break down. And so there is a law that has been written for that. Everything is a law. Everything, more or less, I would say, is a program that has been programmed. The whole world, the whole universe has been programmed. There's a program that is running in the universe, and all of us are in this program, and we are all playing. They are playing our various parts, and each and every time we always write. The laws are being written all the time. At every time, when something happens, automatically a law is set. Your mind, writes a certain law, and you start to behave a certain way because you have written a law that is controlling your life. But my question this afternoon to you is: are these laws there to control us, or we are meant to control the law? I am here to tell you that, as the same way Jesus said, the law was made for man, but not man for the law. You see people in circumstances, and they seem not to be able to help themselves. When a person is sick, or example, when something happens to someone, and so we accept the fact that that thing has happened and nothing can change it. But is that true? Is that true? Are we so much attached to the laws of this world that we are being imprisoned? The laws are there to help us, but not to control us. We are in this body. We came to this body. And for us to manifest into this body, into this flesh, we created this law so that we can manifest into this world. The laws of this creation, or the laws of nature, was made so that we as human beings can manifest or can do the things that we have to do. The law was made for our manifestation. We actually came from the light. We came from the source. We came from God. We came from light. We are light. We came from light. And we are manifesting in this flesh. And so light has to reduce itself, because it's light coming out. Light has to reduce itself into matter. Therefore, there are certain laws in place, there are certain laws that has been written so that we can actually manifest and experience this life. So, but these laws that has been done, or that has been made so that we can manifest ourselves, are not meant to rule us, because we have to understand that we are not this flesh. You see, we are a compressed form of our real self. We are meant to control the laws of creation or the laws of our lives, but not the laws controlling us. But something seems to me that because man really has not found himself of who he really is, there is a force that has educated us to believe that we are this being that we are. There is a law, there is a force that has really pumped into us that we belong here, that these laws, and so these laws are us. And so when something happens, when somebody is sick, when somebody is falling, when something is not moving right in the person's life, we tend to accept the fact that it's supposed to happen that way. But we are not enlightened. We are not able to know that we are not meant to be controlled by the laws of this creation. The laws of the creation were made so that we can move in this life, but we are actually higher than them. We are supposed to be above them. All religions, including Christianity, including all religions, Muslim, Buddhist, and all those things, came into being so that man will know themselves, so that man will be able to accept the fact that he is not in this world. He is in this world, but he is not of this world. Therefore, the laws of the land are there to make sure he manifests and achieve, or to express his divinity, but not for the laws to control him, or not for the laws to put him in prison. But it seems that is what has happened. When religions comes, when leaders comes, when leaders that are enlightened comes and seems to show man the way to escape from this prison, because instead of these laws helping us to express ourselves, the laws have actually imprisoned us. And what I've realized is that so many religions came, the main purpose of religions is to enlighten man, is to help man ascend, or help man realize who he is, so that he will know that he is not this flesh, or he is not the laws of this flesh that seems to control him, the laws of this land that seems to control him, the stars and the moon, the laws of the moon that seems to control him. He is far and above those laws, so that he can actually control the laws. These religions, man always finds a way to make this religion another law that actually puts a layer onto them. Whether it be Christianity, whether it be Islam, whether it be Buddhism, whatever it is, man always finds a way to restrict or to put more gates to the prison that he is already. Man finds a way to imprison himself with these religions that was meant to free them. They refuse to see the importance of the religion, of the word that have come to them. They refuse. They seem not to understand the reason why the religion or those leaders were sent into their lives. And so instead of them finding the real meaning of the messages that comes, man always build a wall around himself again, another layer of prison around himself again. And this happens over and over and over and over. And so the religions that are meant to free man actually imprison man the more. Our topic again: the law was made for man, but not man for the law. This was the same message that Jesus spoke when he was here. He said to the disciples, "You have used these laws against yourselves." And he said to them, the law was made for man, but not man for the law. When they saw him eating on the Sabbath day, when they saw him breaking the corn and on the Sabbath day, and they were in prison. They seem not to be free. Religion. It seemed not to be free. Jesus said to them, in his wisdom, Jesus was a man that was manifesting using the laws of creation on here. He was from light. He is light. Jesus was light. He came from light, and he knew he was going back to light. He knew that the laws of this world was made by him so that he can express himself. Therefore, the laws was not meant to control him, but he is supposed to control the laws. That's why he was able to walk on water. That's why he was able to heal the sick. There is a law that maybe this and that was added together. That's why that person was crippled. That's why that person is blind. That's why that person. So that is the law. There is a law that happened, or this person that did this, that person did that, and so combined together, that's what that is why this person is suffering the way he's suffering, or that's why this person is in the condition that he is. And so all these things. So if we go into metaphysics, it's all these are maths. It's like when you're two, if you add 2 plus 2 together, you get 4. And so it means this thing happened, this thing happened, and that thing happened to combine cause that. You understand? And so it's meant to be. But Jesus came expressing that he was actually in control of the laws. The laws were not controlling him, he was controlling those laws. And so until we as people, we as men, realize that we actually are light, we came from light, and we are going back to light, and the laws, we actually created the laws that we created. We actually decided to come from the family that we came from. We actually decided to be what we are now. And so we created those laws, and we came through the laws of our father, our mother, our families. We came through the laws of things that happen through our families for us to manifest. And we inherited certain things because of the law. We decided to come through that channel, knowing perfectly the laws that was in that channel. But we came through that channel in order to overcome those things, in order to rule over those things. And so we have to come to a point that we will realize that we actually control the laws. The laws does not control us. If we don't come to that realization, we will continue to be slaves. Remember our topic again. The law was made for man, but not man for the law. There seems to be an opposing force here. An opposing force that would do anything to make man believe that he is the law. He will take man through education. He will take man through so many things to instill in the mind of man that man, you are what you are. You know, to really put man, to fix man, to lock man into this existence so that man cannot be free. But I'm here to tell you that you are the rules, the laws of this creation was made so that you can be manifest, you can express yourself to experience this life for a particular in a particular season, in a particular time, to achieve a particular purpose. But to be able to really express what you came to express, you have to come to this realization that these laws are not meant. These laws are there to make you express yourself, but not to control. You are meant to control the laws. There is a law that controls every city, every nation. There is a law that controls the businesses that we do. There is a law that controls every food, every plant. There is a law that controls the animals. There is a law that controls all things. There is the law in you being born under a particular star. You are controlled by a certain law, and because of that, people knows your star and are able to control you, because everybody under this law seems to be automatically under the influence of a force that would do anything to keep you in this dimension, to keep you in this realm, or in this reality, to keep you in this reality. There is a laws for the stars in the sun. There is a law for the weather. There is a law for the rain that rains. There is a law for the weather. There is a law for all things. There is a law. The countries comes up with the law, and these laws are actually spiritual laws. There's the law. If a country comes together and form a law, that law is fixed, because it becomes a spiritual law. That's what the Bible says. Whatever we say or we bind on earth shall be bind in heaven. When a country comes and establish a law, no spiritual entity or nothing can break that law, because it is a power. It's actually a spiritual law. It's something that is happening in the spiritual realm. And every church has a law, and individuals, and laws are built every day. And actually, we are the people building those laws. We are making those laws unconsciously to manifest who we are, so that we will manifest, or so that we can express ourselves correctly on here. And so we are unconsciously creating these laws. But if we can realize that we are actually the ones that have created these laws, then we will have that realization that these laws are not able to control us. We actually control them, because we made them. So we are gods that have made these laws so that we can manifest. For example, let me give you an example. For somebody to open a business, or somebody to do something, for a woman to cook in the kitchen, makes a law in his mind that I have to buy this, I have to buy that, and I have to go here, I have to do that. That is a law. It's a calculation that he has put together, and it is done in the spiritual realm. He moves out there, he buys this, he buys that, he buys this, he buys that. He comes home, and he goes to the kitchen, and that's it. And so he's created a law, and he has manifested his intention through his creation. But those laws that he has created shouldn't control him, but he or she actually is supposed to be in control over those laws. But we are not able to realize, or we don't realize that we've made all these things. When somebody is sick, when you can't walk on water, when somebody cannot be healed, or when you are in perpetual pain, when you are in perpetual sorrow, you have actually created that, because you're expressing your creation. You are expressing yourself through your creation. So you have created that. But if it is, and the saddest thing is, because we don't realize who we are, we create these things unknowing through to the conditions around us, and it actually affects us. But when we realize that we are the people creating these things, then we become awakened. Then we will know that we are in control of the laws, but not the laws in control of us. God bless you. I wish I will come up again, and I'll come again on the same topic, and we will speak some more. what are your thoughts on this? If you can add a comment, that will be wonderful, so that we can learn one or two on these. I believe this topic is very, very important, because sometimes we have imprisoned ourselves. We are imprisoning ourselves with church systems, religious systems. We've imprisoned ourselves with the laws of creation, that I was born under this star, and so I cannot do this, I cannot do that. We've imprisoned ourselves with so many things, and so we are not able to manifest or to achieve what we are meant to achieve. And so we've been blinded to believe, we've been blinded, or we are being influenced to express, to create laws that express us negatively, and we imprison ourselves more and more, instead of being aware of who we are and being conscious of our creation. And when something is not right, we knowing that we are high above these things, we actually we don't realize that, and so we become prisoners. We become prisoners, and we are not free. By we knowing that we are above these things, and these things are made for so that we can express ourselves, that gives you the freedom. And so sickness cannot control you. Nothing can control you. You actually control all these things. And so when we reach a point, or when something happens, so how do we express ourselves? How do we, comport ourselves? Do we just break down and let those things control us? Or do we actually rise up above these things, knowing that we are higher than these things, that we created these things, so that to express that situation, for the glory of God to be known, in order to express our divinity. That thing happens so that we can express our divinity, or so that we can express the glory of God. That's why that thing has happened. So we are not in that thing. Actually, we are outside of it. We have to be outside the box, not in the box of creation, or in the box of law, in the box of unnecessary conditions. And so, if we come to this realization, we actually comes out of a complex. We are not. We are free. We actually become free. We actually become free. And so these are some of the words that I use in every situation, and it helps. And I believe it will also help you. I always say this when I reach a situation and it's an unfavorable situation. I say these things. I come from light. I come from light, and I go back to light. The laws of creation was made so that I can express myself. The laws doesn't control me, but I control those laws. Then I move forward, knowing that I control the laws. Whatever the law may be, I control them all. God richly bless you. And if you've not subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe and share this video for your friend, for others to also listen to this topic. God bless you. Bye bye.